Wait, how do I already have comments? Ah! Wasn't supposed to start yet. Wasn't supposed to start until 4. Joey, come over here. I look like I have a halo on my head. That light behind me. How do I fix that? It's like right in my face. I'm going to have to turn it this way. There were people there before we even got there. I didn't even know that was possible. Come here, twin.
Hi.
Come here, come here.
Jeez.
Don't be all nervous. You're never nervous. There's like 2 people there, so don't worry about it. This is Joey.
Hi.
You gotta be your normal self.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
So
Hey.
Joey's my oldest. Finn, stop. Of course, as soon as I sit down, Finn wants to be walked. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Ugh. He's not gonna get up.
He doesn't know how.
Come here. Come here. Here he comes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. Come here. Come here. Oh, I forgot it. Okay. How do I have a special diet? I'll talk about that in a bit. I'm going to talk about Joey first. So she's my oldest. She was born literally 3 weeks after my 30th birthday, and so she's like, this is really annoying. Come here.
We
Come
should
here.
lock him up.
Okay. If I have him on my lap, I'll stop. And she. Oh, you guys, I'm right now I'm just introducing my daughter. So anyways, she is 18 and she, I'm losing my train. I thought I was going to tell him how I came up with your name.
How you came to know me.
How I came to know you.
Yeah.
Joey was named after a character on Dawson's Creek named, it was Joey, I don't remember her last name on the show. Joey Dawson. No, anyways, it was Katie. It's Katie Holmes's character, and because her dad is a Chris and I am a Jennifer, and those are just like the most common names ever. So yeah, Dawson's Creek, and so that was the big show back then. And but I can't remember Katie Holmes's last name. Well, Joey Potter. It was Joey Potter. You were a Joey Potter.
Oh, that's a cute last
name. So anyways, I
like
loved her character and I thought she was adorable, and we wanted a name different. Oh my God, I almost dropped the dog. We wanted a different name than something that was really common like Chris and Jennifer. So we wanted something, you know, that no one else would have. And so far, I don't think there's ever been another Joey that you've known. That's a girl, right? Dawson's Creek sucks. What? Oh, this is what happens every time. Oh, if I hold my finger down. She surpassed the show. You did. But Katie Holmes' character was really sweet. She was funny and smart, and she was like she was
a little bookworm.
She had balls, and yeah, she was a tough chick. Yeah, I liked her. So, anyways, and she was pretty. But you're kind of like her. You're sort of tomboyish like her. Yeah, you did
I like to wear Converse.
Oh, and here's the fun part of Joey's name. So her middle name is Elizabeth, and her last name is. Should we say her last name? It's okay, right?
Maybe not.
You're on like everything's like on Instagram. It's not like hard to find you. Okay, well her last name starts with a W.
So my initials spell out Jew.
Her initials are Jew, and we knew that obviously after we picked her name. But what's ironic is that your middle name Elizabeth came from Grandpa Ron,
who's
Jewish.
Yeah.
So isn't that funny?
But it. There's some. God, I look at some dirtier than I thought.
There's a fly on her head.
All around my head.
Jew loves Jews. Joey the Jew.
I do love.
She's actually loved the fact that her initials spell Jew, even though we're not Jewish.
When I was like 10.
Did you? No, is it embarrassing?
Yeah. I was like, hee, guess what, guys? A little fun fact about me.
Hi from SoCal.
Hi.
So, anyways, Miss Joey, what else was I going to ask you? Well, first of all, let's say hi to Arthur.
Oh.
That's Joey's boyfriend over there. That's Joey's boyfriend, Arthur. I don't know if you can see him in the dark. He can come over after if he wants.
Hell yeah.
And okay, Joey, I think they want to know. Of course, I was going to ask you this too. How did my diagnosis affect you? Well, okay, she was 15. We were sitting like right over there. I was sitting on that couch, literally. She was in that. Were you in that blue chair? When I got the call?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and of course someone wants to know if you conduct yourself more carefully because of my diagnosis.
What? No. No, not really. Like around other people or around you.
No, maybe they mean like your own personal self. I don't know.
Oh, like I'm trying not to get HIV.
Maybe,
more?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Are you more? Of course, you're not more fearful.
No.
But I don't think that
I'm
you
not.
were fearful, anyways. Were you?
No. Of getting it from you?
No, of like when I was diagnosed, what were your first thoughts? Because I don't remember. I just remember. I don't know. I don't really remember like you having. I think maybe you weren't exactly sure what it meant.
Well, I knew what HIV meant. I always knew what that was.
You did?
I knew what AIDS. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
well, I don't know. Some kids don't. I don't
that's
feel like they
true.
really understand it.
But I think I knew that it like wasn't gonna be something super bad. I was like, it's like, well, if she gets on medication, it should be okay. I think I already knew that.
You knew that, yeah.
Yeah.
And for like me and Eric, of course, when we heard it, it was like the worst, like, it was the worst thing we could have heard. It freaked us out. But you remember you got on your phone right away and started researching what it was. And I remember you were one of the first ones that said, Mom, this isn't like, you're not going to like die from this.
Yeah.
Like there's like medicine.
But
like,
then you almost didn't die.
Why?
So.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, things got screwed up with my medicine. Yes, I'm happy. I'm doing well too. Yeah. So yeah, Joey it was a scary time just because my medicine got screwed up, and I did get really, really sick, more sick than I even needed to be. History and the culture of the disease, I'm not affected, but I am so scared of the thought. I submerge myself. I'm surprised how many people are so obsessed with it and like really worried about it. I never worried about it. I know, and I think people think that if they test for it, then it's like, it gets in their head like, well, if I'm testing for it, then there's probably a good chance that I have it, which is not the case. So, carbon copy. Someone just said copy of me, yeah.
Pretty much. We both have the same color hair. We both have the same face, except you always had longer teeth that I wish I had.
You know what?
When I used to
smile. I feel like I used to show my gums. Sit up closer.
It's probably gum erosion, don't you think?
Because it's smile.
I
feel like my gums used to show like that when I smiled, and I was always embarrassed, but it doesn't happen anymore. I just have a curl in my hair, that's why. And I have to highlight my gray hair.
No, that's true. No. She does have nicer hair.
It's only because I make it fancier, because I gotta make up for my old face.
I kind of wish I did have, like, I don't want big old curls, but I wish my hair was wavier.
Owen, are you on here?
What the fuck?
Well,
that's not nice.
No, we could put people on the timeout.
That's not nice. Wait.
Look. Remove. There.
You know what, you little shithead? Little butt cheeks? Fuck you. I love my family.
So nice.
They said something not so nice.
What happened?
I look at this way. You know what you're doing with. Yeah, totally. I feel like there's no surprises. Nothing. Yeah, it's.
The comment.
Huh? Are you playing Fortnite?
No.
Oh, somebody made a Fortnite comment.
But I was on there and I said tell Owen he's awesome, but you never responded.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Owen got hit. Owen ran into a pole today and hit his head.
Yeah.
Clap back at the haters. Probably they have something worse like herpes. Herpes isn't worse.
They probably got syphilis.
But
fuck those guys.
regardless, I mean, STDs are STDs. What are you gonna do? Or
Yeah.
STIs, sorry. Yeah. So, okay, what was I gonna ask you? What's your favorite video game?
Probably like, well, right now, Monster Hunter. I've been hunting some big.
Is that your
boys.
Switch thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
It's Generations Ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, you guys play your Switch all the time?
But this is so fucking lame, because everyone is like, oh, it's the best game in the whole world.
What is?
Skyrim's I love that game so
Oh,
much.
Skyrim, yeah. She's been
Yeah.
playing that for a long time.
That's
long
like
time.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
says
probably
they
have,
want a
like,
Switch. Did you
30,000.
buy the Switch? I don't remember if you bought it or I bought it.
I bought it, and I waited.
Someone's
for,
been
like,
playing
an
since
agonizing
2001. And she says, tell no one. Oh, The Sims. Well, that's like, isn't that a little bit like what Owen does with Minecraft?
It's
Owen, what's the game that
It's
you
not
like
really,
made like
but-
all the buildings and everything?
The
I don't
Sims
know.
is kind of like,
I don't
it's
know.
like playing computer dolls, I feel like.
Uh-huh.
That's a really good example.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's just plain, but it's like, and it's on a computer.
It's really goofy because like if you don't
Get to
pay
use your
attention,
imagination.
yeah, if you don't pay attention to your Sims, they'll just start fucking like dancing, and then
Uh-huh.
they'll like go take a shit, and then
Oh, someone
like,
says I can get a moderator for the not very nice people.
I'll be the moderator.
Yeah, I
I'll
can.
make
Oh,
them
that's
cry.
true. I can have Ryan do this next time. Yeah, the Switch. I don't remember if you got that or how.
I
that
got
was.
it. I bought it with my money from the boardwalk. Or no, it was before that.
Oh yeah, Joey. What kind of music do you like? I did write that down.
Okay.
Owen's name, first of all, hold on, came from Party of Five. That was the 5th child on Party of Five was an Owen. You guys all came from TV shows. But Ryan,
SpongeBob
Ryan was
SquarePants.
not from, actually Ryan kind of was. Ryan came from, there was a Ryan Star on American Idol.
Oh my god.
I
Is it a
know,
girl?
and then your dad and I went to a wedding, and there was a girl there named Ryan, and she was really cute, and I was like, that is such a nice name to go with a girl named Joey, if she turns out to be a girl.
You know
I like
what?
that. She was almost a Charlotte.
You know what that makes me think of?
Huh?
I remember seeing this Fruity Pebbles commercial when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, if you eat Fruity Pebbles, you'll turn into this. And it showed this like really ugly, witchy looking woman. It was all a cartoon. And then she ate Fruity Pebbles and she became like super beautiful. And like, maybe that's what. And I was like, I have to eat Fruity Pebbles.
What does that have to do with Ryan?
Well, maybe
I'm
you
so
saw
confused.
someone cool with the name Ryan and you're like, oh my god.
No, it
that's
was
what
from
happened.
Ryan Starr, who was like a contestant on the first American Idol, and then this girl named Ryan.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, Joey's favorite music is.
Okay. So
You don't know. Right, I agree. Oh, Claykin. Gakin. I love Claykin. He sang, oh my god, I used to like, honestly, back then you had to videotape everything, and I videotaped American Idol, and I remember him singing, oh, it's on Something Waters. What's the name of that song? It's like a song I would never listen to. It's like the Everly Brothers or something. Oh my god, but anyways, Clay killed it, and I ended up loving the song. Clay Vomit. I know, I don't like him anymore. I liked him in that American Idol like time frame, but after that I was kind of over it.
my favorite kind of music
Yeah.
is my favorite kind of music is shit.
Grandfather
dude,
was
I
named,
don't-
or somebody's grandfather was named Owen. That's nice.
It's either right now I don't know, I just like a bunch of stuff. I really like stuff with like synths in it.
Okay,
Just that
she
sound-
likes the Cars because she just told me last night she's been loving the Cars.
Yeah, I've been listening.
What was the name of that album that you're listening to?
The Cars.
It's just the Cars.
Yeah. I like a lot of like. Recently, I've been liking more like 70s.
Bridge
and
Over
80s
Troubled
rock.
Waters. That's it.
You're
Oh my god, I'm
interrupting
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry.
So rude.
Who would even listen to that song? And I ended up like loving it during the time. I was gay for Clay. I swear to God, I loved him for that moment. Billie Holiday. Oh, I guess that's her song. Is that her song? Yeah, she likes a lot of older. You like older stuff.
Sometimes.
And when you're
I
like,
some
Mom, have
newer
you ever
stuff."
heard Heart of Glass? That's what you asked me yesterday. I'm like, yes. Like, have you ever heard of Oingo Boingo? Like, you kept asking me bands that.
Well,
of
because
course-
I hadn't heard of Oingo Boingo before, and I was wondering if it was like super popular or what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was popular. They had like, I feel like they were kind of a one-hit wonder. But I don't even remember
okay.
their song. Whistleblower, have you heard of that? I don't know who that is.
No.
Why does
But-
Santa have no children? It's a joke. Why does Santa have no children? Why does Santa have no children? Are there any guesses? Why does Santa have no children?
Because
I'm so bad at jokes. I'm so bad.
He had them working for him, his elves, and they just died from exhaustion.
Because he only comes down the chimney, and that's once a year.
Oh, that's gross. Because Santa's getting that.
He only comes. Oh, I
Yeah.
get it. Oh God. Okay, I get it.
That's a dirty Christmas
I
joke.
know.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like hundreds of years.
Yeah,
He's
you'd
probably
think.
have a kid by now,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Elvis
Doesn't sound like he's being very
Presley.
careful. And also, when
yeah.
he's coming down like billions of chimneys or millions of chimneys every night, and he's not having one kid. Okay.
Wait, so is he just, okay, well, it's obviously an allegory for you know, a woman, but
Yeah.
you can see him just nutting down a chimney.
Yeah, I'm not
Just fucking
Christmas
standing over
music.
the
I like
chimney.
Sarah McLachlan. We have a CD from her that we used to listen to. Although my car got broken into last year and someone stole it.
What's
but
the next? Oh, no.
but I've listened to, my favorite bands are, if anybody cares. I was a huge Def Leppard fan. I was like, oh my god, I cried when I read in Circus Magazine that Joe Elliott had a girlfriend when I was about 13. I was obsessed with Def Leppard. Depeche Mode, U2,
I like Led Zeppelin.
Duran Duran. Yeah, oh yeah, she's just starting to like Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin.
For a little while.
I love the Scorpions. I loved all those bands. Oh, of course, Van Halen. All those bands that were like in Circus Magazine. I used to follow all of them. Where is my boyfriend? He should be driving up anytime now. Seriously, so typical of her.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Eric is not here at the moment. He will be back today. Yeah, he had to run up to Oregon. He was looking for a part for his Sprinter van, so he took a little trip up to Oregon and got to see, he actually drove through Paradise where the fires were, where all the houses were.
Shit.
Yeah, it was really sad. He took some pictures and video of like, it's just like, there's just abandoned lots with burnt cars like
That's
everywhere. It's crazy.
Really awful.
Yeah.
What's
Zeppelin.
the next
Zeppelin is timeless. I remember getting into that and John Lennon and David Bowie in my like freshman year of college. Like those were like, we
the
listened to it
Psychedelic
all the time.
Furs.
Psychedelic Furs. We saw them together
We did. It was amazing.
like a year or so ago.
That was. I think
I mean,
that
the
was,
lead
like 3
singer's
years
like
ago.
60 and yeah, Nirvana. I'm okay Nirvana fan. When it comes on the radio, Eric always wants to change it. He's not a big Nirvana fan.
Yeah, I don't really care for Nirvana that much.
Oh, you called the suicide prevention last night? Why? Don't be sad. But yes, that's a good plan. I don't know. What do I say? That's like a huge like.
Yeah, no. That's
You know, I'm like in the middle of a live. I don't know what to say right now. You know.
To put out there.
Yeah. She's 18.
Yeah.
Back from Iraq. Yeah, I'm
34.
sorry. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
we're talking about music and all of a sudden I'm talking about a suicide hotline. I'm just all over the place. Yeah, and I don't know if it has to do with HIV or not, but you know, if it does, don't worry.
Good
Look
luck
at
to
me.
you,
Remember me? I
fellow
contacted you
sir.
the Facebook. I gave you an update. I don't know. I'm sorry. I get so many messages, you guys. It's really hard to keep everybody straight.
We should. We should.
Do you like Pink Floyd? Yes, I do. I love Pink Floyd.
I do a bit.
I like all the like typical Pink Floyd songs, yeah. And I'm not a stoner, and I still like them. You can like Pink Floyd and not smoke pot. It's possible.
That is possible. You can also like Pink Floyd and not drop acid every day.
Totally. Have you ever?
We need to pay attention to those questions, dog.
Wait, have you guys
Time's
ever
running up.
built a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has. Yeah. Comfortably Numb's great song. Okay, so Joey, what are you doing now in your life?
Right now,
Where are you working?
I'm going in for my last day at Ross, and then
And then what's the plan?
I'm gonna find a new job, and
I thought today was the day to drop off that application.
you know,
at
it
Seascape.
might be tomorrow, might be the next day.
Joey,
but-
you've been saying that for a month.
you know,
So the job's now over and she has
Yeah.
no backup.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I've got a
backup.
very tight schedule. You know. Yeah.
Joey, it's not funny. Only because we're on a live. I'm not saying more about it, but you do need to get another job. Okay. Yeah, we do look like twins for sure.
Yeah.
Tell me about the disease. The medicine that starts with P.
It's me a low life. Hey. What's the next question?
I don't know. I can't think of. I don't know which one it is. I said, do you have a boyfriend? But your boyfriend's right here, so that was.
I do. That's my special friend.
Can we zoom in on? There, we can zoom in on Arthur. That's
Super
Arthur.
cute. There he is.
So tell everybody how you
Well,
met Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Because you've only known him for how long?
We've known each other for like 5, 6 years, maybe.
Yeah,
Something like that. I met him at school. It's a really sweet story because it was like so easy that we could have just not interacted, but then we just kind of like met and then ended up high-fiving each other for like months and then started talking.
You guys have known each other for like 6 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Her freshman year, my sophomore year.
Yeah.
It was the school picture day.
Oh, was it? It was school picture day?
Because I was...
And the scoop ball.
Okay, I was wearing like 10 hats at once.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
pairs of glasses.
Oh, no, I'm
It was
thinking of
super
Ethan
funny.
Klein. Never mind.
Because I was just being a little fucker. And I was like, no, this will be funny. So I had like a bunch of different hats on and glasses.
He had a bunch of hats on and glasses when first time she saw him.
And then I remember the camera guy got really mad that I like came up wearing all of it, and he threatened to call security. And I was like, okay, dude.
And
No,
you
they
were
met
just-
in high school.
you
They're
were
both
just
out of high
being a
school now.
goofball. I remember
Yeah.
I saw
10 hats, yes.
I saw him.
That's
I saw
kind of
you.
the group. Their whole group is like, sorry, a lot of boys with long hair. They're into like they know computers really well, like really, really well, and operating systems and I don't know. I can't get it, but yeah, and they play video games too. But they're like a super good group of kids, like not into drugs and they don't drink, and they all, I guess, all of you really could, but you don't. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
We party.
like,
Yeah.
none of us do.
I
No.
know it's nice.
Yeah, we're not really a fan of. What's that saying
Thank
that some
you.
people
I think she's
actually
beautiful,
say?
too.
They're like something till you black out. You're like, it's not good if you don't black out or something.
I'm a Democrat.
Party's not good if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Joey hasn't voted yet.
It's like, I'd rather, I don't know, be conscious and enjoy myself.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Totally.
But this goofball was wearing a ton of hats, and I was like, he is so funny. And I just got this little surge of like extrovertedness, I guess. And I was like, hey, I like all those hats you put with Hazen, and you're like, yeah.
I was with him.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was PE, right?
Yeah. We both had the same PE. Yeah.
Okay, so Joey, what are your far plans for the future, like beyond working at Seascape Resort? Like, where do you see yourself in like 10 years? Working where?
I think in 10 years.
Are you gonna go back to school? What are your thoughts?
Well, I was thinking I'd probably, maybe I'd go fishing in Alaska, and I might just end up doing that.
Okay.
Or maybe I could just stay here for the whole time and have no job and not go to school.
That's not happening.
And then cry in my room every night.
I will cut the umbilical cord eventually. It will happen.
My plan for the next 10 years is to...
Your thing's crooked.
Fix
that.
You just put your nail in my mouth.
In your mouth?
Yeah.
In your nose? Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Sorry. How many piercings do you have, Joey? In your head? Should every day life change with your mom and you go your way to stand up? Do you feel like do you feel, sorry,
didn't
okay,
even
how many,
answer that
okay, well,
one.
these kind of go away and then I don't know, like, it's hard for me to find them after. Okay, how many piercings do you have?
God!
There's
So
too
intrusive.
too many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but if I count everything. Oh wait, no, 15 if I count everything that I've ever gotten. But right now I only probably have like 7 in.
A lot of piercings. Okay, wait, I was just gonna ask you something and then I forgot. Oh wait, it was something here. Oh yeah, has your daily life changed in any way? Like, do you feel like you have to stand up for me, or does anybody ever give you any shit for me or anything like that?
I feel like every time I see you, I just have to hide behind a wall or else your HIV stench is gonna get me. I'm like, oh shit!
Clearly she
Dude,
has
it's
had
like
no
I'm
problem.
living with a monster.
Shh. It really has not changed anything.
No.
It really has not. And that's, I mean, I don't know, like, sadly or not, but that's how we talk about it. It's just it's kind of like just to us, because it doesn't affect me in any way. I guess it's like really easy to make light
You've
of it.
got 7 minutes, so you better
Oh,
get
really?
on these questions.
Okay. Oh, someone's allergic to earrings. Classic. How long? Okay, someone's
were you
having
in Iraq?
no one. Someone else is having the private conversation.
You were in
on this.
Iraq for 5 years.
Yes, I just got back. It was a
Yeah.
long journey for me. Yeah, to be 18 again, huh?
I'm 18.
You are. I thought I had something funny on here, but I don't remember where it went. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so if you could change your name, would you change it to anything else? What do you think that you might
I like the name Bobby for a girl. I think that's cute.
That is cute. You like boy names for girls.
I do. Sometimes.
I did good. I did good there.
You did. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, you could have named me fucking Macy, but you didn't. So
I could have named you like a really simple girl name, like all the names that were really popular.
You should have named me Chris and Ryan Chris, and then named Owen Jennifer.
That would have been good.
Do it.
Do you want to talk about Chris Watts?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, okay, so I don't want to be mean. I think it's very fucked up what he did, and, you know.
I know someone put tattoos and piercings. I know. I have only my ears pierced, no tattoos, and I would never do. But I feel like with all of these things, they can go away, you know, easily. Someone's sending me a message. Does that say pass it on to your baby? No, if you're on medication, you don't pass it on. It's like it only is transferred to the baby through the birthing process, and if you're on medication, babies aren't born with HIV. It just doesn't happen.
What's your next question?
So Chris Watts, I thought we were going to talk about him. Is it are we starting to get too used to it now?
Well,
what he did? I don't want to feel too used to it because it's still freaking horrible.
Just, I'm not a private investigator, and I don't really have very much information.
Do you think he planned it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Do you think he's a narcissistic psychopath?
Probably.
Well, I mean, he killed his family.
Yeah.
I know, but he'd been so normal up until then. Nothing,
well, those
no
are
signs at
usually
all.
people that are best at hiding it.
But do you think he knew all that time that he had this ability in him to kill somebody with his own hands?
I don't know.
Do you think he knew that? Or do you think he just started the process and he's like, oh, I feel fine?
I wonder if there's anyone that does it because they think they can, and then they're like...
They say that if you have that personality that you can actually go through the process and your heart rate doesn't even go up. You're like, just don't feel anything about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't even squish a bug.
Get rid of a little
I can't.
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the Watts story too. Two of my videos went out into like the Watts, the Chris Watts like bubble outside of the bubble, and they got a bunch of views in like a weekend. And man, there's a lot of people like crazy, like obsessed with it, just like I am. Like lots of theories. Oh, I'm on a time limit with Joey here. Lots of theories about it, and about whether he's a narcissistic psychopath or he's not, or he just snapped, or whether it's premeditated. There's some really weird things that make me think that it is, but it's so like creepy and chilling. Like the picture of the doll, if anybody has seen that doll, or the fact that he contacted his fellow like coworker and told him that he didn't need to bother coming out to that site that morning. The coworker said that that was very unusual for him to contact him on a weekend. That to me pretty much says that he had planned it, but we don't know for sure. And then it's like, did he kill the girls before Shanann got home? But then again, she had like a purchased for hair supplies or something at like 2 a.m. So if she'd come home, if she'd come home at 1:48, purchased that at 2, it could have happened right after. But like if the girls were already dead, wouldn't she have checked the girls first? And then she would have like known?
I'm not sure.
I don't know that his girlfriend has anything to do with it. I think she's just an absolute idiot. Oh, sorry. I just don't like her in the interviews. Her whiny and she's whiny.
I told
They're
you not.
so little.
No, I told you not to do that. I told you that was a bad idea.
What about the other missing woman from Colorado? Oh yeah, I just read about that. I really don't know much about it. I just know that she's missing. I saw it very briefly. I have to look at it.
Next question. Next question.
Hold on. Stop. Charlie Sheen hasn't been negatively affected by the claims. I wouldn't say that it's helped his career any. I don't think that it's, I don't know. I kind of disagree. I don't think that it's really helped his career in any way. Yeah, the girlfriend is just, people agree, Joey. Nobody likes the girlfriend. They don't. She just doesn't come across well.
Okay.
She just there's like zero empathy. Just the way she talks, it's like she knows she's on the verge of her name being known by everybody, and you can just feel this. Just the way I feel like she's excited about it. You'd have to watch the interview. You haven't even seen it, Joey. You'd have to see the interview. She really does. There's just like, she's talking about the media and her inner circle. They haven't even found my inner circle yet. Like, who talks like that?
Oh.
Their inner circle. What is she in the mafia? I don't know. It bothered me. I think she lied for sure. Well, first of all, she deleted all her text messages with Chris.
I think it's not good to speculate. I think it's not good.
I'm not going to talk about Chris Watts with you next to me because you put a damper on the whole thing. That's the whole point of this. Everybody's speculating. There's theories everywhere. Well, that's people want to know. And so since we'll never know, probably, all we can do is speculate.
I don't think speculating is bad. I just think about
she's a narcissist also, for sure. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think. Never mind.
What?
No. Next question.
I don't know what she's guilty of because she wasn't in that house. I don't think she helped kill the kids. There's no proof of anything like that.
Next question.
I don't think she's guilty, but I think that she probably maybe put it in his head that it'd be great if he was just on his own. I mean, that's possible. And Scott Peterson.
Does that say Fortnite on your? Oh,
I don't know. I must be in jail for what she did. I know. Well, I keep thinking, is there something that's going to change and they're eventually going to put her in? I keep waiting, kind of. I mean, she deleted those messages and his phone number, and I don't know. The card. What is that? What do you think about the card? I don't know what that's. A Cardi B? I don't honestly, I really kind of don't even know who she is. I don't.
You know.
Yes, Magic Johnson still has it. He just takes his antiretroviral.
Mom.
That none of the text messages they retrieved, nor her phone call records were released. That I know. I would love to know the conversations that went back and forth, and I don't know why. Well, I guess at this point, there's no point for them. Oh, maybe they are still investigating. Wouldn't that be interesting? Cookie. Well, Cookie doesn't have it just because I even said in a couple of videos I didn't even get it until the end of the relationship when I was with this person. I was with him for 8 months, and I'm pretty sure it all happened at the end of the relationship. So there you go, 9 months of exposure, and it didn't happen till the very end. So it's not as simple as everybody thinks. It doesn't just happen that easily.
Just like having a baby.
Yes, I actually like played Nicole's interview.
What's that say?
While I'm like doing my dishes, like I'm just listening to it. I have it like playing in the background, listening to all the interviews and everything. I don't listen to Chris's interrogation because he doesn't talk. You have to like literally have headphones on. You've got to be watching him because he's marble mouth or mush mouth. Doesn't say much.
Are there any questions?
Stop it, Joey. You got to scroll up like that. Okay. See, Dino. I grew up with a Dino. Happened to your finger? Oh, this thing. Yeah, I fell skateboarding. I'm sorry for everybody's heard this story 1,000 times, but I fell skateboarding, and it bent that way, and so as it started to heal, it healed with a bend in it, and I had to get it fixed. So the physical therapist has me wearing this thing, and it puts enough pressure on my finger to bend it back. It took like about a week and a half, but it finally bent back straight, and now it's that. But I can't curl it all the way. Let's see, guilty of lying to authorities. To be in prison. Yeah, lying to authorities for sure. I do wonder if there's still more going on with her and more of an investigation. Haven't seen any interviews with her other than like the Denver Post. I think she gave like a interview it was a print interview, but nothing other than there's been nothing. So I'm like, oh, is she just holding out for a book deal, or like does she think she's gonna get a movie or something? But she's pretty silent.
I think your daughter is all over this. Over all this.
I know, she's on her phone. She is.
It's our top secret investigation of our.
Oh yeah, I skate with my boyfriend, and actually I skate without him. I have ramps in my garage. It's really fun. Am I taking pain pills for what? Oh, for my finger?
Get through the day.
To get through my damn life? No, I don't even know what they would be for. I'm not in any kind of pain. I know, she actually is fairly bored with, I'm trying to show how much I can bend my finger, fairly bored with the whole HIV thing. It doesn't really have any effect on her.
About this and
She's waiting to go shopping, actually. You were really alive last night in the car. You were like, you had stories to tell. You were so funny.
No, I have stories.
You're a little blah today, but it's okay.
No, it's because we're just talking about stuff that you talk about on your own, and it's like not stuff I know about, so I don't really know what to say.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
I'd like to say that Ross has a lot of good shit if you guys want to shop there, but don't work there.
Don't work there.
Yeah.
I don't know about platelets, sorry. I don't know.
My favorite store? Or is it your favorite store?
What is your favorite store? Maybe probably you. What is your favorite store?
My favorite store is probably...
Mine is food related, for sure. I love food shopping.
I like
probably
Hope
Trader
Thrift.
Joe's.
That's probably my favorite store.
Hope Thrift?
Maybe.
That's it's a secondhand store.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Thank you,
Moonzoo was
Leda.
really fun
I don't know if
in
you're talking about
downtown
me or
Seattle.
Joey, but we'll both say thank you. Someone said you're absolutely awesome.
Thank you. I think that's for you.
I don't know.
We
could both take that.
Or should I leave this to you solo, dog?
You can go. You can go.
Do you want me to stay? Do you have any questions?
I'm with you every day. I can't.
Okay.
When are you going to be off work?
I'm going to be off work at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then,
It's a late one.
And then maybe I'll see you after that.
I know, I don't have work tomorrow. Yep, okay.
Right. Any more questions?
No, I can't think of anything. I know you really well.
I promise I'll look more into the Chris Watts case.
You should.
I do think it's interesting. I think
it's mind-boggling.
I just don't know much. So I'm
Joey,
like,
he held his hand over their mouths and plugged their nose.
That's really fucking disgusting.
She could open her eyes and see him.
That's really awful.
There were no fibers in their throats saying that they possibly had like a pillow over their face. It was his hand.
Please don't use the Lord. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Joey has a potty mouth. Sorry, it's just Joey.
I'm sorry, I'm not religious. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, we're not. Yeah, I love Trader Joe's. They have things that you don't have at all the other grocery stores.
They've got really smelly crackers. I don't like
They're
them.
probably some kind of cheese
fun.
crackers. Oh no, you're F-bombing, Joey. Did you F-bomb?
I feel like I'm on a stage and everyone's throwing tomatoes at me.
I think both of you swore.
Yeah.
Did I say the F word? I said the F word?
I'm not sure if I think you said
Effing?
some
Maybe?
swear.
You
I don't
used
think
the Lord's
I
name
would.
in vain.
No, I did not say the F word.
Check out FKA Twigs.
What's that? You know?
I have a potty mouth too. I'm really glad to hear that artistic whistleflower. We can unite in that aspect.
Whistleblower.
I think this is a mixed crowd tonight. But
You've got your mixed bag here tonight.
Yeah,
we've got some Chris Watt fans. Not
got-
fans, but Chris
we've
Watt
got some-
enthusiasts. God, what's the best way to say that?
Enthusiasts. Some Chris Watt groupies.
I don't know, because I'm not a groupie of him. it's the case that I'm obsessed with.
Fans is
Not
the
a fan of
best way to-
him, but
I think I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Joey.
No, I do. If you had more questions for me, I'd answer them.
How tall are you?
I'm 7'2".
That's what I told somebody today. Some kids
Really?
asked me how tall I was, and I said
That's
7'2".
really funny because they could
I
see
know.
you and see that you're
Here,
not.
stand up next to me.
Okay.
Well, I have a little bit of a heel on, but why do I look so much taller than you?
I don't
What's
know.
going on?
Usually it's the reverse while I look like fucking Goliath.
That's
next to
Joey. Stop swearing.
Sorry, I'm really hungry.
She does. She swears a lot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We do. We swear a lot, but really we should not be swearing on YouTube. They'll probably take down the video. You like Prince? Yes, I love
do like
Prince.
Prince.
Love
Okay.
Prince. I was devastated when he died.
If we've got, oh, you look beautiful,
Thank
Julia
you.
G. Oh, thank you. So do you. I really like artistic
Thank you.
whistleblower. You're a sweetheart, dude. Okay, if you guys have any more questions, I'll be here for another
thank you, Kendall.
2 minutes. But thanks for watching.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
You're allowed.
Okay. Bye.
Have fun rating Ross.
Bye. Thanks. It's gonna be super fun. We're gonna get food
I'll
first.
just do this a little bit longer.
Okay.
If you guys want to talk about
So long, brothers.
HIV or
I'm gonna go
anything.
pee.
Bye, tall people.
Bye.
How tall are you, Arthur?
6'1".
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you guys
so
are
a
really
little
tall.
bit sick, so sorry that I sound bad.
You sound
A
fine.
little fan base today.
Oh look, this is what my phone is sitting on right now.
Okay.
This is
Mom.
my tripod. Bye.
Love you, Mom. Love you, whistleblower. I'll meet you someday, and it'll be great. Okay, bye. Bye. Have fun.
Bye.
Oh, can you knock the cord on my Christmas
wait.
tree? The lights came off.
The cord?
If you just like jiggle it,
Yeah.
the cord over there on the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Because it's plugged in, but it's just not.
I'm just gonna use the restroom now.
There we go. Thank you. So much better.
I'm gonna go take a
So cute. Now, Joey, stop.
It should be better now. It's like half plugged in.
Someone said you're a hot boyfriend, Arthur.
Oh, thanks. The two little cables, you know how
yeah.
it connects, they weren't totally plugged in, so I just sort of pushed it hard.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. What was the other question? Hold on. How tall am I? I was 5'11" and 3/4 when I entered college, and then I'm now 5'10" and 3/4. And I just think that really does happen. You lose some of your height. Well, it does. I mean, so I've shrunk an inch. So I'm just under 5'11" now. But yeah, I was never hit 6 feet tall, but was really close to it. She seemed. I don't get that. Yeah, we're. Bye.
Alright, I'm gonna get my stuff from here.
I think I heard a phone. Was that a phone? Like
we
a
both have
whoop?
ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I did hear your phone when I put a message in Discord.
Oh.
That's what I just heard.
Yeah. That's. Wait, why is it?
It's the land of the tall people here.
Oh.
How tall are your parents, Arthur?
My mom is probably 5'11".
Uh-huh.
Maybe?
Probably. I know that they're both shorter than you, right?
Yeah, they're both shorter than me now. I think I'm thinking of my mom taller than she is. She's probably more like 5'9", but they're both.
Oh, really?
Like, maybe to there
Yeah.
on me.
Oh, okay. And Arthur is, his dad's from England, and he even has the accent. So cool. So Arthur is English, and what's your mom?
She was born and raised here.
Uh-huh.
Her parents as well.
Uh-huh.
But then, I think both of their parents, the grandparents, parents came from Norway.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
I
that's
have a
nice.
lot
That's
of
like
family.
Joey. She's the Scandinavian. She's Dutch. Well,
Oh,
Norway,
yeah.
it's close, right? Pretty close. It's the tall people. The
Yeah.
land of the tall
Yeah.
people for sure.
So long, soldiers.
See you guys.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have fun shopping.
Thank you.
Will do.
Okay. What's it say about what? My moniker comes from reporting Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI. I'm a survivor. I don't know who he is. I have to look that up. 100% no AIDS, 100% cray though. What's the 100% no AIDS? I don't get that. Being cray will probably be the death of me. Okay. You guys are talking to each other. Oh yeah, his dad has the full-on accent. I love it. Norwegians are tall. Yeah, I went to Amsterdam just this last what was it, August, for AIDS 2018, and I just could not believe everywhere I looked there were tall people. It was like, these are my people. I'm English, Irish, Dutch, and German, so I'm all of those kind of tall people. But yeah, my kids are all super tall, and it's neat to see that there are all these people in this other country that look just like my kids. So it's really sweet, and I really want them to go there someday. It'd be really cool. So, any other questions? Or Chris Watts talk? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Norwegian elk hound. You live in Ireland? Oh, it's such a great accent too. And I love the Scottish accent. Those are like, the Scottish accent's so strong you can't even like, you really can't understand sometimes what the heck they're saying. I love that. Love that. And it's words that are like, they're my words, so I just cannot figure out what they're saying. Oh, the military, yeah. Yes to Watts. Yeah, oh, my skinny photos before? Mine? Or someone else's? I don't even know. I don't know. There's two separate conversations going on. Yeah, I was under 120, and I'm almost 5'11". Well, yeah, it was too small. too skinny. I mean, I know that my doctor says that the weight I'm at right now, I'm actually considered on the low end, even possibly underweight. So I'm to go another 20 pounds below that was ridiculous. The next one, I haven't planned it. I'll definitely put it on YouTube. Like, I don't know if you guys see the YouTube community posts. Like, I've been posting in there more. I don't want him to die in jail. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's this really weird part of me that feels bad for him. Not because of, like, or take away what he did. I feel like the guy, he hasn't been, like, helped. Like, the guy needed help or something that no one ever saw. He was never, like, whatever's going on with him, no one ever saw it. And there's that part of me that just feels for him as a human that he was overlooked or something. And it turned into this massive catastrophe, almost like, yeah, like was there ever a cry for help or something? I don't know. I don't know why, but I do feel, see, I know, we talk about it in the house. Because my daughter, when he was being sentenced, she just kept saying over and over again, not Joey, it was Ryan kept saying, I don't know why I feel bad for him. And I think there's a little bit, he reminds us a little bit of their dad, because their dad is like was very similar type of person. Not that he would kill anybody at all, but he was, I definitely am the more assertive one. He was the quieter one. He's like not a social person at all. And I think in that way she might see a little bit of her dad and Chris's personality. And ironically, her dad's name is Chris. So it's really kind of weird. But yeah, there was something really, I don't know how to explain it without people feeling offended, because I'm horrified by what he did. But there's something sad about seeing, and a lot of people like that. They're glad that he's feeling sad, and they're glad that he's feeling, or that he has this life in jail now. But I don't know why I think about him and wonder like what that must feel like to know that this is the rest of your life, when you thought you were getting away for this special new life or whatever you thought you were going to have. And now you've realized the reality is that you're going to be behind bars for the rest of your life. I don't know how he handles that. I don't know how anybody handles that. And I know people that feel that it's justice. They don't care how he feels about it because, he deserves it. There's something else I was thinking about with that. I don't know. I can't remember. It'll come to me. Yeah, there's the mom, although, oh my God, can we blame our parents for everything? I don't feel like the mom can really attribute that much to what he did, and really Nicole can't either. I just feel like it was so many things that factored into it, but for him to take it as far as he did, feeling like I need to get out of this, like that makes sense. There were so many things buried down on him and so many things that were coming to him all at once, this new exciting relationship and his new body, and he's feeling great, and he's like with this new chick, and like, he's feeling this burden of like Shanann with the finances, and she's always on him, and she obviously has a giant secret he doesn't want her to know about, and it all just kind of exploded. But who the hell goes forward and murders in that situation? And then your children on top of it is just unfathomable. You just cannot comprehend doing that to your kids. I don't get it. I know, there's so much awful shit in this world with people just killing people senselessly, war, and I know, and people were saying, some people had said, this is like nothing. There's like, you go to South Africa, somebody wrote that in South Africa they're raping babies on the street. That's what someone wrote on my YouTube. I'm like, I don't know whether that's true or not, but it's really awful. I'm scrolling back up a little bit. That was fun with Eric, and Eric will be, he's driving home right now. He'll be back soon. He was gone for a few days. There was something else that I was thinking about, feeling sorry for him. What was it? I guess I was thinking about Scott Peterson too, and the fact that he still has never given us his story. I'm sort of thankful that John List, once they found him, I don't know if you guys know the John List story. That's one hell of a story, my God. And he got away for many, many years, I think like 30 years. But, he very calmly explained why he killed his family and how he did it, and he walked away and had a new life. And that very well could have been Chris Watts, because John List basically did that, and he got away with it for a long time. And then he told the story in jail very calmly, and he, you know, killed all his family members with a gun. I mean, walked up behind and shot him right in the head, you know, one after another. Scott Peterson never made me sad. List was a lunatic. Yeah, he's so crazy. Yeah, the Scott Peterson case was insane. I lived really, well, not about an hour from there, from where this all happened. And then as soon as Amber Frey came up, as soon as we knew about her, it was like, I mean, who didn't know? We all knew. We all knew. And we were like waiting, like, you know, are they going to say it? Are they going to say? Don't they all know? You know, it's like we wanted to hear the detectives and everybody say, but they couldn't because they didn't have the body yet, or bodies, because they had the baby also. And so they had to like keep an eye on him for months. And he was, you know, busy selling her car, the house, doing just super crazy stuff. But yeah, that was an insane time, and I remember just following that so closely. And then they moved the whole trial to Redwood City, which is like literally, I went to high school like right down the street from where the trial was, so it was like it all hit really close to home. And yeah, he's in San Quentin, you know, about an hour and a half away from where I live. Let's see, what else? I'm not certain about what everybody's saying in these comments. I'm passing some up. Mr. List, I really want to do a video about him, but because I had only heard about it for the first time about 3 or 4 months ago. I don't know why I'd never heard about it. I know that he was found through America's Most Wanted, but that story was so chilling to me. The war stuff I'm not really so tuned into. Amber's life was sort of ruined afterwards. Yeah, I would say for sure. Like, I think she handled it with so much grace, though. The poor girl did not know that she was involved with a married man at all. And she, you know, the way that she went to the police and worked with them, and even, you know, had tape recorded phone calls with Scott to try to get information out of him. I mean, that girl deserves a lot of credit. I think she did an amazing job. And yeah, I think we all feel very differently about Amber Frey than we do Nicole Kessinger, for sure. Chris is not that bad. Calm down, everyone. Seems like Chris is not that bad. Chris Watts, well, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about Chris Watts. Yeah, John List is fascinating. He is. It's the fact that he had taken his son, he picked him up and like took him to his baseball game or soccer game or something like that, and he'd already killed his mom, his wife, I think his daughter, and the youngest one. And so he just had the one son left to kill. And he'd put them all in a room, you know, and covered them. And you know, he called the school and said that they would be not coming back because they were moving or something. And then he brings the son. He even said that his son played really well that day. He walks to the front door and shoots them in the back of the head. So like no one even knew that their dad killed them because he did it. I think he shot everybody in the back of the head, except for his mom. Apparently shot her in the forehead. But yeah, and then he put them all in one of the rooms of the house. He turned the house, I think he made it really cold to keep the house so the bodies wouldn't, you know, what's the word I was saying, deteriorate. There's a better word for it. But yeah, he basically tried to keep the house cool. And then he left, and they didn't find the bodies for a month. And because a teacher got suspicious that the daughter never came back to school. But yeah, that was just crazy that he just decided that I know that he thought that God was against suicide, and he felt that their lives were all tainted by things that were going on in the 70s or something like that. He didn't like that his daughter was into acting, and all these things were getting into the lives that were like bad for them, he thought. And so it was better to end their lives, and then he could move on and start new. For him, it was very black and white, and it had no emotion at all involved in it. That's what I've seen and heard about it, but I haven't looked into it. I watched a documentary on it, and I listened to My Favorite Murder. That's where I actually heard it the first time, and I was just like, wow. Lacey and Connor suffered. Yeah. There was like nothing in the house. They couldn't find anything else. I mean, he'd cleaned really well. They knew that. He'd cleaned up something. So how he killed her, probably like the same as Chris. Yeah, Scott Peterson and that damn grin of his, I can't stand it. He always has that same smarmy smile, like, I'm getting away with something. No, you're not. You're in jail for life. I don't know. I can't. Oh, that face. And he did that, every time they had him on camera, when he was sort of helping in her search, he's smiling. It was just creepy. It's like, and we all felt it. It's like, something's not right here. And the family hadn't even picked up on it yet. Her family hadn't yet. It wasn't until Amber came into the picture and then everybody was like, what? Because they loved him. Her family loved Scott. They were so shocked. Watch the show about John List ID. I'll look it up. I definitely want to see more. I could watch that story definitely again. Let's see. John Wayne Gacy. Yeah. See the clown guy, right? I think I listened to the Brain Candy podcast, and one of the ladies on there, she's from the Road Rules MTV challenge thing. She's actually has her PhD in religious studies. She's fascinated with serial murderers, and she carries on conversations with them through writing, just to try to get a little bit more insight into like who they are and what they're about. And she doesn't really share any of it, but and I don't think John Wayne Gacy was one of them that she spoke to, but she does contact some of them. Although he was the one, I did read a book about a guy that it was suggested he had him on Howard Stern. He was interviewed. There was a kid that was obsessed with John Wayne Gacy, and he befriended him through writing. He ended up writing a book about it, and I think it was called The Last Victim or something like that. I'm getting goosebumps right now. It was so good because he actually met him in person, and he went to do an interview with him, and the guards, I think it was John Wayne Gacy, if he's the guy that like painted the clown stuff, I think that was him. And yeah, the other podcasts. I'll look at all these comments later too. Anyways, the guards weren't watching, and John Wayne Gacy, I believe he was gay, and I think he like came onto this guy in the cell, and like the guy's like freaking out. He was there to interview with them, and the guard wasn't watching, and John Wayne Gacy, like for a moment, like there was a moment in this like interview room that he had him kind of like, cornered, and it like he thought like maybe he was gonna die. It scared the crap out of him. Gacy painted the clowns. Yeah, that was the one then. And he's dead now, right? I'm pretty sure he died. Oh, and I did find out about, well, I mean, if anybody's really following Chris Watts' case closely, that the DA said that the chances of him dying from the death sentence, like in our lifetime, maybe he means even Chris's lifetime, isn't likely. So there's kind of no point in going for the death sentence when it probably wouldn't really happen. So they went for life in prison instead. American Beauty, that's a great movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. I saw that when it came out. The Chris Watts stuff. It's nonsense. And there's so much on it. It's like never ending, the Chris Watts stuff. It's never ending. I just listened to Michael Rourke this morning. It was a press conference that he did right after, I don't know how I missed this, but it was right after Chris was sentenced. And that was, that in itself was really, really interesting to listen to. He is an addiction. Why are we so addicted to him? Is it, and I think also it's like he's this beautiful man now. He turned into this beautiful man. I mean, it's like the children were beautiful. Shanann was beautiful. It's got like, I mean, I hate to say it, but it has all the right players for the most interesting, setup for like a story, and it just, none of it makes sense. It's mind-boggling. It's just, and to know that we walked through that house like within hours after he had done this, and we got to see this house. We got to walk through it with the police. We're seeing it for the first time with the police too. We're seeing the bed with the sheets stripped off it, thinking, my God, that's where it happened, like hours ago. That's where he killed his wife. And he put them in the back of his truck behind his seats. He didn't put them in the backpack. The bodies were piled up behind him in the back seat. What even goes through your head during that? Like, I guess nothing if you're, a narcissistic psychopath, but my God. I know. I don't know if he'll be killed in jail. I mean, he could. The neighbor's dad hated gay people because he was gay. Which neighbor? I don't even know who we're talking about. Shanann was beautiful. She was for sure. It's funny. I kind of like how she says to the girls, she says, hold on, hold on. It must be a North Carolina accent. I don't know. There's like that pill alarm. I gotta get my pill. If I don't take it now, I'll forget. I don't ever forget, but sometimes I end up taking it later. Anyways, this is my pill for HIV. I take it every night at 5. It's Triumec. It's lamivudine, abacavir, and dolutegravir. So there's 3 drugs in it, and they all hit the virus at different stages of replication, so it doesn't replicate. So it's like, for those that don't know, I just take this every day, and it's like, even the most like sensitive test can't find it in my system, although there are still some little particles that are hidden in reservoirs that don't affect me, but the medication can't get to those, so that's why I'm not cured. Take it with milk. Funny. I have milk, but I can take it with whatever. I mean, last week I took it with a glass of red wine. It doesn't matter. I can take it with whatever I want, so. Bottoms up. I actually feel really like nervous if I'm not around my pill and my alarm goes off. Like it's my security blanket. I want to make sure I take it. Should the man bun, wait, what? I want a woman's opinion. Should the man bun, bushy beard look die? Such a lazy look in my opinion. Okay, yeah, I'm not down. I've never understood the bushy beard, not into it at all. The man bun, some guys can pull that off, but I'm not down with it. I don't like either of it. I'm a clean cut kind of gal for men, and I like the 5 o'clock shadow. I love that. I love when Eric has like a week of growth. It's very attractive. And then when he shaves again, it's like, oh, you're different again. And then it comes back. It's really nice. But yeah, the big bushy beard thing that all those baseball players were doing. I know some chicks really like it. I think it's horrible, but it's, what do they call that? Where they have the really clean cut haircut and the big bushy beard. There's a name for it. I always forget it. Hey, oh, Kendall. Oh, no, wait, Showgirls Around the World. There you are. I haven't seen you on this yet. Hello, girl. You're a girl, right? I thought so. I mean, I think so. God, what do they call that look? Oh, well, it'll come to me. The beards they're gross. It's like, I don't know, I don't like it. It's not a good look. Damn, I was saying something before that. I think it was about Chris Watts. Okay, that's gross. Come on, guys. Keep it somewhat clean. Okay, it's actually, I've been on here for an hour, so I'm gonna go. But that is so gross too. Beards they probably smell. I don't know. All right, guys, I'll come back in like, I don't know, maybe sooner. We'll see. Maybe Eric will do another one with me. But I really like talking about the Chris Watts stuff. It's fun. So let me know if you guys want to go live and talk about that. I know you just jumped on here, but I've been on here for an hour and 3 minutes. Thank you for saying you love my channel. You'll have to watch the video. It'll be uploaded. More crime soon. Do you guys like it? I don't know. Like it's funny because like I can talk about it forever, but I don't know that I do the best job. And there's some people that I've been watching, some other people that do it, and they like put the spooky like black, they make it like all shadowy behind them, and they're right in the camera, and I'm like, that's just not me. I'm like, I don't know. I can't pull that off. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and tell a story, but I don't know that I can tell a story that well. It's really funny. My 15-year-old was like, Mom, do true crime, please. She loves it, and she's like, never been a huge fan of my channel because it embarrasses her, but she was like, please do more of that because she just thinks it's the best. I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I'll try. We'll see. I don't know. It's very intimidating, and I feel like I'm very insecure about it. I don't want to do a bad job. And people like the Chris Watts videos, they went out, and like I said, they went out into the Chris Watts video world. They like within like 2 days I had like 20,000 views, which is not my typical at all with my HIV videos. And I was like, whoa, like they were getting like constant views. And I'd say most of the comments were super like, you know, just people talking back and forth, like giving their theories and opinions. But there's, you know, some people that throw in there, wow, I just wasted like 2 minutes of my life, or who is this chick? Like, why is she doing this? And I cried in both of them. I mean, and somebody said, oh my God, your crocodile tears are so annoying. And I'm like, I did not make that up. Like, I was legitimately crying. I don't even know how to fake cry. I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. I am very upset about it. I probably won't cry in another video, but yeah, I was definitely, those were real tears. Watts is another Manson. Yeah, but it's just so weird, like that nobody saw any of these signs ahead of time. He was just loved by everybody, super nice guy. Nobody had a problem with him. I don't get it. I don't get how like there was no signs of it. Is that typical of narcissistics? It's the covert. That's what they say. He was covert, or he was a malignant. I've seen that word too. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I want to do it because it's so like what I love, but I feel like if I don't do it right, it's really, the criticism is not easy to take on these YouTube videos sometimes. It really gets in your head. Do I think he was a psychopath or a covert narcissist? Okay, well, I guess narcissist to me is such a different term, and because the person who gave me HIV, I'd say, is quite a narcissist. So when I think of narcissist, I think of somebody who's, it's all about them all the time. They're kind of loud about it and stuff. And so I don't see Chris Watts in that way, but I guess that's not truly the definition of a narcissist. There's other ways to describe it. I don't have the definition right in front of me, but psychopath, I guess, but geez, that's a strong word. And like, how in 33 years is that word never come up before with him? Like, that's what I wonder. It's like, has he known his whole life that he could have this ability to take a life? Has he always known this and felt this, and he's just kept it to himself? Or did he just try and it felt okay, and so then he did it 2 more times, you know? He will probably appeal. Wait, what did you say? You met who one time? Who did you meet? Watts will probably appeal with his, part of your message is cut off, I don't know why, and get out. No, he's not going to get out of jail. Are you kidding? He murdered people. Even, not Susan Smith, although you know her with the car and the kids in the car. The one who drowned all her kids in the bathtub. My freaking God, that was awful. God, that was so awful. And by the way, the husband, I didn't like how he reacted to all of that, if you guys remember. Andrea Yates. Christ, her husband was like, it was so unnerving that he wasn't more upset. It's like he felt really bad for her that she was having a nervous breakdown. But anyways, I guess my point is that she's never getting out. As far as I know, looks like it's a lifetime for her. And she did plead insanity, and she was insane at that time. Yeah. Yeah, she was very mentally ill, yeah. Yeah, because her husband wanted how many kids and, like, left her at home. And that whole situation, like, dude, you were adding to the issues. She was already having, like, a lot of issues, and you kept having, you know, wanting more kids. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, his reaction always bothered me. I didn't like it. Her husband was a douche. I know he's married and with more kids now, but I'm like, how do you get on the news and not, I don't know. I would have to be hospitalized if anything happened to my kids. I don't think I could even function or talk. Like to be like so calm and normal, like all of your kids are gone. I don't get that. He made her live in a bus with all the kids. I didn't know that. I just know that she was overwhelmed by, I think she had postpartum depression, and she was overwhelmed by just, well, Christ, 1 kid is hard enough. I mean, I've done 3 on my own. When I went through my divorce, my son was 1, Ryan was 4, and Joey was 7. And I tell you, those first few years alone were like some of the hardest times of my life, just trying to figure out how to manage all of it. And it was really hard. It was really hard. And sometimes I just cried with all three of them. And it was just not easy. So it takes a lot of patience to raise kids. And we don't have all the answers. There's no book on how to be a parent. And you just try your best. And when you think you're doing your best, they're still falling apart. And they all have they're all their own little people with their own little problems, and you're trying to make everything work right with three little human beings, and then you've got so many other pressures on top of you to get everything right. Their dinner and their lunches and their clothes and finances and co-parenting. It's so hard. I think it's some of the hardest stuff I've ever been through, honestly. Dr. Spock book on kids. Dr. Spock is so old. I mean, yeah, great. Yeah, I know. And I read the Baby Wise books because Joey wouldn't sleep. That was heartbreaking. Chris and I suffered through that. That was awful, hearing her cry and cry and cry and cry, because everything in you as a mother wants to go to your child when they're crying. And then you create this, this vicious cycle, because when you go to them, then they just keep getting, they know if they cry, you're going to come, and then you get no sleep. It's so hard. I went 9 months, I think, without sleeping. Your dad would read, I know I think my mom read Dr. Spock. You did a fab job as a mom. Thank you. There's moments that I'm just, you have to just laugh at all of it, because you can't believe how hard it can be sometimes. And you just wanted, and like, I remember just being so frustrated at times with Joey. Was hard. She would wake up in the middle of the night all the time. And I was so frustrated. I remember calling my girlfriend crying, who had already been a mom for a while, and she laughed at me, and she's like, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna grow up despite you. You can't, like, I probably yelled at Joey or something. I was just really upset. It just had been, like, I was, like, so many nights in a row, and, like, whatever I'm trying isn't working, and I was exhausted. I think I was pregnant with Ryan. Anyways, we all have those mom moments where we wish it was perfect, and it's not. You don't hold kids a lot. You spoil them. Hold your kids a lot. I held my kids a lot, for sure. My God, I feel like I had a kid on my hip for 10 years straight. It's actually weird to not have a kid that I'm holding on to. Like, it's like, I remember when Owen became too big, and I was like, that's it. I'm not carrying a kid anymore. Like, I'm not going to have to carry a kid anymore. But, you get so used to constantly picking a kid up on your hip, and you're trying to carry groceries or, whatever it is. You go so many years, like, that's your normal, just always having a child on your side, and then that goes away. And it's sort of a relief, but it's sort of sad too. And you might have answered this, and you will probably not want to answer this. Did you contract HIV after you had kids? Yeah, I did. That's fine. I don't mind answering that. Yeah, it was just in 2013 is when I contracted it. I had a test in 2011, and it was negative. And then I was with this person in 2013, and he's positive. And he didn't know he had it when we were together. And what I figured out is that I got it towards the end of our relationship, because my first seroconverting symptoms were about literally like 3 weeks after we broke up. So it happened right at the end of our relationship, ironically. But twins are, I can't even imagine twins. So much work. Oh God. I have a neighbor down the street who has twins, and then they had another one when the twins were 18 months old. And I was like, oh my God. Like, good luck to you guys. I mean, I hope you stay married, for one thing, but they seem fine, but they're nonstop. It's just kids, crazy, constantly, all the time. But anyways, yeah, I've had it since 2013. Do you love teaching? And is there something, I don't know why yours is getting cut off on the end, you would rather do? Something else I would rather do. I love substitute teaching, because I don't have to make the plans. I just show up and do whatever they want me to do. And that's great. And the kids like me. I've got enough interesting things going on in my life that, they're usually very entertained by me. I've been doing it long enough now that I feel really comfortable with just walking into any classroom, any environment, with any grade, kids, it doesn't matter, whatever the subject is, I don't care. It's all fun for me. It's like every day is an exciting challenge. Subbing, yeah, that's great. Subbing is fun. Is there anything I would rather do? I don't. Oh, well, I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was younger. I thought that would be great. Um, love the babies. The kids are so sweet. They are so awesome. The kids that I sub, I mean, a lot of them find out about my channel and then it turns into that. You know how excited they get about YouTube. So that's always a fun topic. Although I'm like, don't tell anybody. I don't want the staff to know. And then, you know, anybody to be like, oh, what are you talking about your channel to get their, you know, subscription, which is never the case. Because I always tell them it's not going to be anything you're probably that interested in. They know it's about HIV. A comedian, maybe if I had good material. It's funny because I never ever wanted to do public speaking when I was a kid. It was like the biggest fear of mine. And even in college, if the class started with the professor saying anything about having to do anything in front of the class, I would literally change the class. Like I would not stay in a class if I had to speak. And I'd be a wreck before I did. Of course, I had to finally take public speaking, but I took drama 1 instead, and I shook like a leaf every time I got up. It was the worst. It was the worst. But now I don't mind at all. I'm a little bit of a ham, so it's like different. Maybe when you get older and you have, you know, you've got stories to share and a life, you've got life history to share, and experiences, and then that makes it like more fun. And you know, looking back and being the older one, looking at the younger ones, you know that they can benefit from things that you know that they don't know. And that's just in itself just such a great gift, and it's fun to share things like that. And I was always afraid to raise my hands. Hold on, I'm still in school, and since we have the same subs, they hate us because we always get on their nerves. Well, yeah, I mean, we definitely have, kids can get on our nerves, no doubt. NOLA, what's NOLA? I feel like that's North Los Angeles or something, or Louisiana or something. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what NOLA is. Thank you. They're out of drama. Joey's a total ham. It's hard to get Joey to be the Joey that I see on a regular basis because she is so, all my kids are really funny. I mean, but when you put a camera on them, then all of a sudden it's like, you're probably not going to get exactly what you see, you know, what I see. But they're very witty. Their dad is very funny. My ex-husband has the best sense of humor, and he knows how to like, I do special needs too. Sorry, I'll get back to Chris in a second. Never wanted to work with kids. I love special needs. I love doing any of those classes and subbing for them. They're always a very sweet and special day. They really are great. They are, and they're new to me because I didn't do it initially because I didn't think I would know how to do it. And then there was a lady, Lupita, at my kid's school, and she said, "Can you take on a kinder class with 3 boys that have autism and they're nonverbal?" And can I still be a veterinarian? I could, but I'm not going back to school. Have you ever questioned the very idea that you have HIV? Oh, I'm not getting into that. I have HIV. But anyways, where was I? What was it? Oh yeah, so I took on this class. I said to her, I go, "Do you think I can do it?" And she's like, "You'll be fine." I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." So anyways, I did it, and I fell in love with Luis and Marcelino and Jared, and these boys just, oh my God, immediately, like all their little things that they do, their little noises, their little tics, their little, they call it, there's a name for it when they focus on something. It starts with a T, I think. Jared used to do his finger. He'd just sit there and flip his finger like this forever. And he'd get so into it. He'd be so focused on just doing this. It's like we had to like kind of cut it up. There's stemming, that's it. When they do their little stemming things. Anyways, these kids are just so special. And I remember walking with Marcelino one day, and I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him for like a year. And we were walking around the school. I got a sub job with his class, and I was so happy to see him again. And I don't even think, no, he did make a little bit of eye contact. And I remember walking with him around outside, and I held his hand, and I thought, I don't even care. I don't even care who hears me. And I said, "Marcelino, I love you." I mean, I do. I love this kid. And he goes, "I love you." Oh my God, it was the cutest thing ever. I'll never forget it. He was probably like I think he's in 1st grade. And he's a big boy. He reminds me of my own. Like he's like a bigger boy especially for his grade. And he sits there and does this thing with like this when the food's coming. Like I'm getting teary-eyed. I just love that kid so much. So yeah, special ed. I wish I could be a special ed teacher, but I don't want to go back to school. Oh, look at you, 57 and going back to school. Now you make me look bad. I was on the wait list for the nursing program and I let myself get off it. I did actually, yeah, Marcelino, man, that kid, aha. Every time I see him, I get so excited. I subbed him about a month ago too. And anyways, yeah, I was on the nursing program wait list for like 6 years here at our local college. I did all the prereqs and then I just decided it wasn't my direction I was going to go in right now in my life. I'm doing, you know, HIV advocacy and I'm working, doing the subbing and I'm, you know, doing the YouTube stuff and all that. And it's just so time consuming that going back to school was not, I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking right now. I'm looking at looking at my phone where you push the button. I think I'm supposed to be looking over here. Anyway, it was just, yeah, it was too much. I didn't want to go back to school. I'm just tired of school, but I'm glad I took the prereqs. I'm glad, wow, that's amazing. But I mean, like at 84, that's kind of like, really? I mean, come on. It's great if you want to take the classes just to challenge yourself and to learn as much as you can. And that's why I took those prereqs. I took anatomy, physiology, microbiology, and what was the other one? Chemistry. And I did awesome. Like I couldn't have done that right out of college or high school. I couldn't. You're in middle school? Who is that? Queen Reina. Are you like in a local school here? You legally still have to go to school. You're probably one of the kids that I've subbed recently. But anyways, I really wanted to challenge myself as a single mom and all that to know that I could take those classes, go back to school and do well. And I did. And that in itself made me feel good. It gave me some confidence and I learned about the human body like so much. And that was awesome too. I don't think it's a man-made virus. I think it's been around for so long. And, well, I mean, who the hell knows where it came from? I don't know. It's definitely there. There's no doubt about it, but I don't know. I mean, where'd polio come from? Where did Ebola come from? Where do all these things come from? Why doesn't anybody say those things are man-made? Certain age to let you go free to college. Oh, that's so sweet. They should let you go free, of course. So nice, just because someone has the gumption to still do it. Chemistry was tough. Chemistry's math. It was just math. But I love the periodic table. I love how everything fits so nicely and everything's I just love the whole way it's set up. I do. I really love the periodic table. It's part of that anal part of me. I do like that. But I don't like moles because I don't get that crap, the MOL moles. I don't get that. And that always, I think it's maybe a simple topic or it's a simple concept that for some reason is very confusing to me. I don't know why. The parents are the only ones that give me problems, which is sad because the kids are so sweet. Is that for special ed? I bet that's for special ed. I think that's the reason why I won't do it. It's not because the parents, but the IEPs, that's all like time consuming. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I'm going to be taking on a class from April to May. It's kids that I've already been with, and I was with them for a month, kind of around Halloween time. So the teacher's taking some time off, and he wants me to come back, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, you found me after Freddie Mercury. Yeah, because of Bohemian Rhapsody. A lot of people did. It was crazy. Sorry, every time I touch my screen, my phone falls over. Came from the chimps. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it came from, you know, monkeys too. Obviously, everybody's heard that. Yeah, I know the parents are really hard. Vaccine for polio. I don't care. Like, to me, like, where it came from, whether it's real, all of that is just doesn't matter. I mean, I've got it and I take a pill and I feel fine. Like, I don't care about any of that. That's all in the past. All I can deal with is like right now and my future. And my future is taking, you know, one of these every day. That's it. And I don't feel anything from it. So I don't know. I'm no expert in the history of it. And it doesn't interest me. So it really doesn't. The part that interests me is like basically where they've come from with no medication to where it is now in the epidemic back in the 80s and 90s, and you know what people went through and how thankful I am that it didn't happen to me then, for sure, like that. And oh yeah, Freddie Mercury. I listen to Queen, I think, like every day now. Where would I live in the world? I think I would live, if I could get my kids to come with me, I'd live in Europe. I just, after being in Amsterdam, it's just such a different way of living. I fell in love with it. I loved it so much. Oh my God, I want to go back there again. Yeah, people say HIV isn't real all the time. I get it all the time on my YouTube channel. They say it's a hoax. It's, you know, I can't believe you think that AIDS is caused by HIV. It's been proven that it's not. I get that constantly. I just delete all those comments. Veganism can cause HIV symptoms. Well, lots of things can cause HIV type symptoms because the symptoms are very general. I'm a vegan. Well, I'm not a vegan so much. I'm a vegetarian. But anyways, yeah, the symptoms for HIV are very general. I mean, a sore throat. But I don't have anything wrong with me. Oh, that might be the end of it.